There is absolutely nothing withheld from God's beloved, from Christ's beloved. There is no spiritual blessing withheld from you. There is no measure of His presence that He will deny you, but you have not because you ask not. Oh dear, what a banquet, what a cornucopia, what a sea of joy in His presence and of power to minister as though you were carried by another. I know where the direction of my life would have gone. I so need brilliant men. I am not one of those, but the one thing I can tell you is that all my life I have been needy, and I have been weak, and I have been slow, and I have been afraid, but it caused me to run to Him, and in running to Him there is such glory. There is such power. There is such life. You see, it's not just they need correct thinking. For men to even be able to grasp with their mind, it must be a thing of Ezekiel, can these dead bones live? You see, we are to be scholars, but we are to be prophets. We are not to be businessmen and administrators. We are to have the power of the living God upon us. And when we proclaim the Word, we are proclaiming words to dead men. And it must be the Spirit of the living God who comes and raises them from the dead. And then when they are raised from the dead, they are yet not mature. They need Christ formed in them. They need to reach the full stature of Christ, and that requires knowledge, stature of Christ, and that requires knowledge. Again, our people perish because of a lack of knowledge, but oh my dear God, lift up your pants and show me your knees. Was Paul not an intercessor? Was he not? Oh, my dear brother, listen to me. There is nothing impossible in prayer. There is nothing impossible. So many believers with besetting sins in their life, and they think that literally that's the way it's just always going to be. So content with slavery, instead of going to their knees and crying out to God until they're delivered from that sin, and who dwell in the presence of the Most High. Every conflict in your life, every brokenness in your body has one purpose. It's to send you to your knees. Every conflict, every battle. Today, there's no battle fought in this pulpit. It was fought this morning at 5 o'clock. It's not fought here. It's fought in prayer. It's won in prayer. The thing is done in prayer. The less you pray, the more difficult it becomes to pray. The more you pray, the more you're carried in prayer. Brothers, you can pray until you think, what has happened to the time? I set my knee at 5, it's already 8:30. There's things that, what happened? Oh, brothers, please, give yourselves to prayer. There is absolutely no obstacle that cannot be overcome in prayer. We are not men who simply give in it's because of the sovereignty of God. We are men who fight back darkness. You're going to blame this whole mess on God? Do not use the sovereignty of God as an excuse. We are men who believe God.